Hi, good evening, everyone. We will start in maybe just give 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Just wait for a few more to settle in. Then we'll get started. So latest 7:32. We will start this event. So if you need to go to the washroom, take a cup of water, you still have 2 minutes to do so. So I'll be back by 7:32. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, 7:31, just 1 more minute, we will begin this event. So meanwhile, do me this favor. If you can hear and see me clearly, please help me type a 1 onto the chat so that I know that my equipment is working fine. Thank you, Irene. Thank you. Kamsiu and Edmund Chen, Winston. Okay, good evening to all of you. Okay, so we will start in a 1 minute's time. So for those who can hear and see me clearly, please help me type a 1 onto the chat to make sure that the equipment is working fine. Elise, hello. Ellie, Qing Yao, June from SG. Yes, George Lee. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, so the event is 1 hour. 1 hour. I'll talk for about probably 45 to 50 minutes. Then I'll leave 10 minutes answer some of the questions. So hopefully you all will actually pick up something important. Okay, great. Let's get started now. Let's get started. Okay, so before I just go on to the slides, I just want to make sure I can pitch my session correctly. Please do me this favor. If you are totally new to investing, never bought a stock before, don't mind just help me type a 0 into the chat. If you have started investing but still don't know what you're doing, still don't know what you're doing, so you only buy stocks every now and then, please help me type 1. If you are already a seasoned investor, you are actually investing in stocks every now and then, please help me type a 2. So 0 means haven't started. 1 is you started but still don't know what you're doing. 2 is you are already a seasoned investor, so you buy stocks every other day. 1.52. Wow, okay, this time around we got quite a few 2s. Okay, mostly 1. Oh, okay, interesting. Quite a few 2s. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay, so okay, Sean, I think Sean needs some help. Lee, don't mind, maybe you just please talk to Sean. I think Sean needs some help. Okay, so I want to be very frank up front. So basically, this session is actually targeted more for people who type in 0 and 1. Okay, so this is more for beginners or for those who are still trying to figure out to have a very clear strategy. 0 or 1. Okay, but having said that, so for those who actually type in 2, whatever I said, probably you heard it before. Okay, but how I said it, the way I package my content is also probably going to be something very interesting. So at least this is the feedback I got from those who actually attended my session previously. So regardless, 0, 1 or 2, you'll gain something. I just want to give you assurance that whoever who type in 0 or 1, okay, you won't be lost. In fact, this session is for you. And for this 2, if let's say it's too elementary, bear with me for a while. I'll be happy to stay back after to answer any of the questions that you may have. Okay, so with that, let me get the event started. Okay. So topic for this evening, for the next 1 hour, financial freedom with dividend portfolio. So please, when you go home, okay, I'm actually a professional teacher or trainer. I teach for a living. You are going to invest 1 hour of your time with me today. So please, as a teacher, I need you to bring something back with you. So after today's session, okay, you must have more clarity on what exactly is financial freedom, or at least you know how to get one step closer to financial freedom, okay, which is a very common investment objective. And you know exactly what's a dividend portfolio. So I'm going to test you after that. So basically, you know, you need to bring two things back with you today: financial freedom and dividend portfolio. My name is Emin. CFA is my professional designation, stands for Chartered Financial Analyst, is globally recognized investment designation. I am trainer with SGX Academy, and I specialize in this area called FA. So just for the benefits for those who are totally new, basically there's only two kung fu or methodology or umbrella of a methodology analyzing stocks. So one is called FA, which of course you will learn a lot more today. Now, can someone help me here? If I don't want to use FA, what is the other methodology I can use to help me analyze my stock? Anyone can help me here, please? Okay, thank you so much, Raymond. Yes, so basically you are either a FA or a TA. Okay, so especially for the beginners, probably your first 3 months in the journey is to go and figure out, are you of a FA person or more of TA person? So once you're decided, so within FA, okay, there's 101 different process. Find a process that resonate with you, okay? And every time you repeat the process, you make money, congratulations. Then you are going to be a successful investor. So this is what investing is about, process, systems. Not simply close your eye, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell. That's called gambling. Or I give you speculation the most. So basically, investing is having a process, having a system. Every time you repeat, you actually gain something. Then you're going to be a successful investor. So of course, within TA also there's 101 different processes. Within FA, 101 different processes. So your job is to go and figure out which process works for you. Keep repeating the process. Then of course, eventually you can amass your wealth, go become financially free. Okay, so just a very quick explanation, the difference between FA and TA. One of the easiest analogy I like to give is like buying a car. If you practice FA to buy a car, what will you be doing? You'll be looking at the specification of the car. Okay, you'll be looking at what's the engine capacity, you looking at the torque, you're looking at the horsepower. Okay, so basically you look at the different specs of the car. Then if let's say you want to have a good car, you'll compare, you know, the specs of Tesla versus the specs of BYD. Then you see which one has the better specs. Okay, if you do that, you are basically practicing FA. Okay, so TA, what does TA do? So before that, can someone help me? What is the main tool that TA use to help them make investment decision? TA. What is the main tool that TA use to help them make investment decision? Anyone can help me? Charts, thank you so much. So basically TA, if they were to buy a car, how would they make decision? They will just ask, oh, okay, this month how many people buy? Next month, do we have more people buy or less people buy? Okay, then you'll be asking, okay, this month the price of car is how much? Next month, did the price go up or come down? So this is how they actually make decision to see, oh, wow, this car, you know, every month got more people buying. This car, the price keep going up. This must be a good car. Okay, rather than FA, we look at specs. TA, they actually look at, you know, all these indicators. And of course, they believe that the charts is a way for them to measure all these indicators in terms of, you know, the price, in terms of the volume. Also from there, they make investment decision. So I would love to say that FA is more superior since I'm FA, but that is not true. So basically, there's enough people out there practicing FA, enough people out there practicing TA. So really, like I said, you know, there's no best, only what is most suitable. So hopefully you can find the methodology, you know, as soon as possible. The methodology that every time you repeat can make money as soon as possible. Then, of course, you are closer to be a successful investor. So, but please, it's always about process. If you think that investing is about luck, it's about who you know, it's about what stock tips are, then you're gambling, then you're forever contributing to the stock market. So of course, today I'm going to explain a lot in detail about FA process. Well, hopefully it will interest you. And of course, hopefully you will give me a chance to guide you along the way, okay, so that, you can expedite expedite your journey, okay, in finding the FA process that suits you. Okay, a standard disclaimer, I am here as an educator, not stock tips. Long story short, make money, be happy, lose money, don't scold me. Okay, while I go through the slides, I won't be taking questions. I want to make sure I can finish on time, but I'll be happy to stay back or, leave at least the last 10-15 minutes to answer question. Please use this platform to key in your question, pigeonhole.at. Then the passcode is today's date. Please do not use the WebEx chat to key in the questions because the questions will get scrolled away. I may not be able to trace the questions. Okay. Okay, let's get started. So like I said, two things you have to bring home. One is financial freedom. Okay, what is the other one? See whether you all pay attention or not. Two things that you need to bring home today. One is financial freedom. What is the other thing that you need to bring home today? Anyone can help me? Well, don't tell me so fast, forget already, yeah? Come on. There are two things you need to bring home today. One is financial freedom. What is the other concept that you need to learn today? Okay, very close. You got the first word correct. Dividend portfolio. What so fast forget? Come on. Okay, so two things. Come on, you are going to invest time. Make sure your time is worthwhile. Now, for a lot of investor, or at least myself, or in fact, the first thing, if you want to invest, just like everything else, you need to set up what is your investment objective. Be very clear what is your investment objective. And the clearer you are, okay, the more likely you are going to achieve your objective. Just like everything else in life. Like for example, year-end coming, a lot of people traveling. If you tell people, your objective is just want to play. Then after that, then maybe your spouse will bring to Japan. But actually you want to go skiing, man. Okay, then you won't enjoy yourself. Okay, but if let's say you're very specific, I want to go and see the Northern Lights. Then of course, you will plan your trip to Sweden, to Canada or whatever. Then you got a chance to see the Northern Lights. Okay, so investment same. A lot of people, I realize they didn't make money or they lose money is because their objective is not clear. Ask them, why do they actually want to invest? Make money. Make how much? The more the merrier. Then confirm lose money. Don't believe you go to the casino, you tell yourself, I'm here to play. See whether you make money or lose money. Okay, so be very clear. I like to use my own personal example, and I realize eventually a lot of people also share the same objective. So my objective is to be financially free. Financially free. So I do understand there's a few definition in the market of what financial freedom is. Okay, I will just, for the purpose of this presentation, I'll just share with you my definition. Of course, you can disagree with that, but hey, we have to agree on something before we move on. Now, what is financial freedom? Financial freedom is when our passive income, okay, money not generated not from direct work, not say no work, you still have to work for it, but not from direct work. Passive income is more than the expenses. Okay, I repeat, what is financial freedom? Passive income, which is money generated not from direct work. Okay, that is more than expenses. So in this case, I basically don't have to work. I can live happily ever after. So this is the reason for me to invest for financial freedom. Okay, so like I said, setting this objective set on financial free is not enough. You need to have the details. It's just like saying, I want to go holiday to play. Not enough. How you want to play? You want to go and eat, you want to go and ski, you want to watch Northern Lights, not enough. So you have to actually go and be clear. So we need to define what is financial freedom. We need one step further. Anybody make a guess? So if let's say, okay, I want to achieve financial freedom, what is the next step that we need to do? Okay, so there are actually a few elements that I said just now. So if I want to be financially free, what is the first thing? In fact, the first thing that we actually need to find out or need to define further. Anyone can help me here? Okay, come to my seminar, must think a bit. So if let's say I tell you, okay, you are financially free. Okay, replace salary, dividends, expenses. Thank you so much, HK Lim. So of course, the first thing we need to figure out is what is our expenses. So let's do the maths. Like I said, the more defined your objective, the better chance for you to get it. So this is what I did here. I want financial freedom. So the first thing I did was to determine my expenses. So I'm married. So I should actually do it for 2%. Of course, you can do it for 1, do it for 2, up to you. So these are my expenses based on today's price level. Okay, these are my my expenses based on today's price level. So it's actually good to split your expenses in 2 parts. One is what I call basic. That means no matter what you have to spend on, as long as you can live, as long as you can wake up, you can breathe, you have to spend. So basically things like your food, your transport, utilities, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Okay, so the other one is more like a wants. So basically things like, for example, it's more for luxury item like traveling, donations, fine dining, things like that, so forth. Okay. So good question. Raymond Yap actually came in. So basically, we should talk about expenses. That is, how should I put it now? When expenses that we stop working. Okay, like for example, you can see here, I don't include my children expense. Okay, which hopefully that is true lah. When the day I retire, okay, I hope that I don't have to pay for my children anymore lah. If I have to, that means I failed in my education. So of course, you can see here, I also do have expenses for my property, because by right, when I retire or when I achieve financial freedom, I have already fully paid my property. Okay, so same for insurance. So by right, when I retire, okay, so basically all the healthcare insurance and things like that are more or less actually being settled. So of course, certain part here, okay, maybe to be more precise, certain part of medical is to cover the healthcare insurance, but it can be covered. Like for example, you have been following, so by right, your MediSave, okay, could actually cover your healthcare insurance. So I think like the rest of life insurance, things like that. So by right, if you want, once you retire, you can actually stop that. Okay, so good, very sharp eye. Thanks for pointing up. So now, so basically for me and my wife, for me to survive, we need about 4,500 per month. These are my expenses, and this is based on today's term. So for me and my wife to sustain our current lifestyle, okay, every month we need to have expense or have money for about $4,500. And of course, this is based on today. I am not planning to achieve my financial freedom today. I wish I could, but not there yet. Okay. So I'm thinking of achieving financial freedom maybe in 15 years time. 15 years time. And we know that by then, price level is going to be different. I'm quite sure this is no longer anything new. There's actually this thing called inflation. Price do go up. So we need to factor in the inflation at the point on time when you intend to be financially free, or simply put, retire. So 15 years later, at inflation rate of 3%. So why 3%? This is our long-term average inflation rate. Okay, long-term average inflation rate is 3%. So I'll use that. Of course, if you want to be a bit more kiasu, you can put higher. So 7,000 per month is required 15 years later for the same basket of goods today. So whatever that costs me 4,500 today, the same basket of goods, okay, will actually become $7,000 based on because of inflation. So why do I actually do this calculation? So basically, my intention is to be financially free 15 years later. And to plan for that, I cannot plan for expenses or passive income of 4,500. I actually need a passive income of 7,000 per month. 7,000 per month. Okay. Now, where is this 7,000 per month coming from? Also, in Singapore, we're actually quite lucky. There are a few sources we can actually use to generate 7,000. One is, of course, the CPF. So I'm talking about 2%. So for 2%, I think once me and my wife, we have hit, I can't remember, it's called ERS or FRS. So basically the not the basic thing, I think it should be FRS, the middle one. Okay, we should be able to get 3,500 for 2%. So that is one part. Then we are also into annuities. Okay, so what are annuities? Annuities are actually insurance product whereby, you know, currently now I actually keep paying insurance company. By the time when I'm actually 60, they will actually pay me back. So they actually pay back. It works like a CPF life. It's just that my at least for my annuities, it's not for life. There's a limited period of time. So I actually get a payout from them, okay, on a regular basis. Okay. So with that, I have 4,005. And of course, I'm short of 2,005. And the other 2,005 is coming from where? From my dividend portfolio. So this is how I intend to achieve my $7,000 per month of passive income on the day I achieve financial freedom. Now, can anyone make a guess? Why do I have to split into 3 baskets? Or maybe to help you answer, make a guess. Okay, this CPF and annuities, which part of the expenses am I trying to pay for? This 4,500. Which part of my expenses am I trying to pay for? Just now I split my expenses to 2 parts, right? Okay, very likely this 4,500. Thank you so much. So why do I actually have to split into 2 parts? Because I want to make sure that my basic expenses is coming from more guaranteed source. Okay, so that's why CPF annuities, the returns are lesser, obviously, okay, but they are more guaranteed. So like CPF, as long as the government is still there, I will get the amount. Annuities, as long as the insurance company is still there, I'll actually get it. So you can see that. Okay, so basically with these two, I have my basic covered. So no matter what, I can survive, I won't die. I have money from the basic. So dividend portfolio is more to cover my luxury items. So I always like to jokingly say, so if that particular year my dividend do very well, I can go to US, Europe for holidays. If for whatever reasons that particular year the dividend not doing very well, then Malaysia holiday also not too bad. Okay, so anyway, so this is how I actually plan to achieve my $7,000 worth of passive income. So my point here is this: passive income is possible. I actually been seeing some what do you call that? Videos that says that passive income is a myth. Not true, not true. Of course, maybe there are some different definitions, but passive income, if you define it as money that come not from a direct impact from work. Okay, so like for example, CPF, now you work, eventually when you receive the money, that time you don't work. Okay, annuity, same thing, when you receive, you don't work. So it's passive in that sense. So dividend portfolio, so same thing, you need to do a bit of work when you invest, but when you receive that dividend at time, you don't have to work. Okay, so basically passive income is possible, and passive income, hopefully with this example, I'll show you that it can indeed cover the expenses, and it's actually very possible for each and every one of us to achieve financial freedom. Okay, of course, with proper planning. Okay, yeah. Now come to my session, must do a little bit of maths. Now, of course, today's session, we actually focus more on the dividend portfolio. I'm not here to teach you about what is CPF, what is annuities. Okay, so this is a SJAC seminar. My focus today is about that dividend portfolio, how to generate that 2005 in my case. So let's say, for example, assuming we can generate 6% returns, how much is required to generate 30,000 which is 2,005 times 12 per year. Okay, so here is the question. Now I need 2,005 per month, which work out to be $30,000 per year. Okay, so what should be the portfolio size be so that 6% of the portfolio will actually give me $30,000 per year or 2,005 per month? Okay, can anybody help me with the maths here? Okay, I got one answer. Maybe I just wait for one more. Thanks, George. Okay, here's the question. So what should be my portfolio size be so that 6% of this portfolio can give me $30,000 per year? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raymond, Stephen, and AL. Yeah, half a million. So basically, I have a very clear aim. As long as I have $500,000 invested in dividend stocks, I can actually generate 2,005 per month on the assumption that I can get 6% dividend yield. Okay, so theoretically, and the other difference between this income source versus the other two here is this. So theoretically speaking, I can have this passive income forever as the principal amount is untouched. Also, ideally speaking, this 2,005 I could even pass on to my next generation when I go to a better place. Whereas for CPF or annuities, once I move on to a better place, then of course that one is actually stopped. So this is again hopefully one very interesting investment concept that you all can grab. Let me use another example to paint this. So let's say, for example, your annual expenses is 100,000, for example, and assuming that you only have $1 million and you do nothing with that $1 million, okay, this $1 million can last you for how long? Okay, you have $1 million, you have expenses for 100,000. How long can this $1 million last you? Anyone can help me here, please? 20 years. Okay, I repeat, you have 100,000, your expenses is 100,000, you have $1 million. Okay, so $1 million can last you for 10 years. But if let's say, for example, you are able to generate 10% return from this $1 million. Okay, if you are able to generate 10% return from this $1 million, how much can this $1 million last you? Anyone can help me? Okay, in fact, forever. Okay, so hopefully more and more people get it. A lot of people keep thinking that, oh, for me to retire comfortably is about amassing a lot of money. Okay, I want to have more and more money. Then after that, I slowly reduce the amount of money I have from the stockpile. No, so in fact, a more modern way to plan investment is, how do you actually make sure such that just by the dividend alone, okay, you can sustain your retirement? Then in fact, you basically, regardless how long your retirement is, you can actually live forever. So hopefully this is one new concept, okay, you can actually gather, okay, from this seminar so far. Okay, now because I can't really read your body language, I just want to make sure we are communicating well. If you are still following me, understand what I said so far since the start of this webinar, don't mind just help me type an 8 onto the chat. If you are lost already, don't know what I'm talking about, don't mind just help me type a 0. Okay. Okay, sorry for asking such questions, so that I know that it's still two-way track. I don't want to keep talking, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, I think I lost someone already. Okay, great. Now, so the rest, most of you okay. Yeah, so for Raymond, so feel free to key in your questions into the pigeonhole. Okay, I'm happy to answer your question at the end of the session. But the rest, thank you so much for your response. Okay, and appreciate that you're still following me. Okay, so hope you know the storyline. Okay, number one, investing. First thing, what's most important? Have a clear investment objective. What is my objective? My objective is to be financially free. So what is financially freedom? Okay, I have passive income more than my expense. So how do I do it? Okay, number one, I measure my expense. Work out to be $7,000 on the day I achieve financial freedom. And number two, how do I generate passive income? I'm going to generate passive income from where? From CPF, from annuities, and of course from dividend. And from the dividend part, I actually need 2,500 per month. So I actually need a portfolio of $500,000. So this is basically a quick summary of what I've spoken over the past 10-15 minutes. Okay, now, so come to a more important question, how to accumulate $500,000, how to generate 6% return per annum. Okay, it's the system that matters. So I've been emphasizing this since the beginning of the session. So what is investing? So a lot of people actually misunderstand what investing is, which is very sad. In fact, today there's still people investing equal gambling. This one really made me very sad. I spent about 7 years to study about investment. So people say that, wow, I just learned about gambling. So not true or not true. Okay, a good analogy is, getting healthy. A good analogy is getting healthy. Let's say if you want to be healthy, let me ask you this question. So if you only, let's say in January, go and run marathon, and for the rest of the year, do zero exercise. Okay, versus, every week, go and run 2 kilometers. Which way will make you be healthy? Is it A, just run marathon one time in 1 year? Or B, run regularly on a weekly basis, which, work out the distance may be the same, but which way will actually make you healthy, A or B? Just one time marathon or spread out your run, okay? Thank you so much. You actually need to run regularly. You actually need to have a system. Like, for example, in my case, I'm actually almost 50. It's time for me to take care of my health seriously. So I have a system to take care of my health. Within the week, I have every morning I'll spend like maybe 15-20 minutes to do static exercise. Okay, within a week, I try to walk at least 7,000 steps per day. And in the weekend, I'll try to do long walks, or either that I'll cycle. Okay, sometimes I swim in the week as well. So I basically have a system. Okay, it's not like, suddenly, I spend 10 hours in the gym, then for the next 1 month, do nothing. No. So I have a system to keep myself healthy. So same thing, I have a system to keep myself wealthy as well. And that should be the way. Okay, so for you, hopefully, again, the next thing, if you can learn here is this, what is investing? It's about building this system. It's just like brushing teeth, okay? Something you do on a regular basis. So let me just illustrate my system. So there's actually 2 parts to it. Number one is, the overall mechanism. Okay, so you can visualize it this way. I have money coming into my saving account. So this is my normal, what you call that, saving account, whereby my salary come in, okay? Then after my expenses go out, okay? So I have a separate bank account, which I call it restricted saving account, okay? So basically, it's a very good practice to do this, what we call pay yourself first. Every time income comes in, okay, you just pay yourself maybe 20% to this account, and this account can only go and do investment. And I do, or in fact, ideally, okay, you should invest on a regular basis. Okay, invest on a regular basis, just like exercise. Okay, it cannot be like, after attending this session, I'm so motivated. Tomorrow go and buy stock. Then for the next 3 months, do nothing. No, so you should go and invest regularly. So of course, by the way, I have a few portfolios. I do different things. So for the purpose of this particular presentation, so of course, this money will actually go into what we call a dividend portfolio. I only invest in dividend stocks. And of course, I've done that, since I probably have done that formally about for 10-15 years already. I do get dividends very regularly. Okay, now and then I do sell. And of course, ideally, the money also still keep going in here. Okay, and this is what I call my snowball machine. Also, money keep going in, dividend keep coming, then after I keep plowing back. This is so-called my snowballing machine. And of course, eventually, this will hit my $500,000. So my point here is this, if you talk about investing, okay, savings is also a very key component. Okay, it's not about okay, today I got 100,000, I invest this 100,000, that's it, full stop. So it's also about regular income. And okay, the main part, okay, I know I've been very lost off. Okay, I keep repeating, you invest all the time, so function more or less, and you diversify over stock and over time. So yes, there are different system, different process, like I mentioned earlier, but the key thing here is please have a system, have a process. It's not about try, it's not about gamble, it's not about simply just buy low, sell high. You set up a system, let the system run on long-term basis. If you are serious, like me, about achieving an objective, like in my case, to be financially free. Okay? Okay, so I just want to share from another perspective, how does the system work? Okay, this is a bit academia. If you can get this, very good. Because if you were to attend any formal investment course, this is probably one of the very first module. So basically, investing is actually about compounding. This is really what investing is about. I'll try to replicate this Excel spreadsheet, then you get a better idea. Now, what is this spreadsheet showing? So let's say, for example, in year one, I have nothing saved, but assuming I save $2,000 every month, okay, for example, I would have 24,000 at the end of the year, okay, and end of year one is equal to beginning of year two. So beginning of year two, I have 24,000, as you can see here. So assuming I can generate 6% return from this 24,000, I would have 1,440. And again, I save another 24,000 year two. End of year two, I have 49,440. Okay, and the process go on and on and on. So of course, for those who know Excel, what you do, you right click, you drag down. As you can see, 15 years later, I would have accumulated 500,000. Okay, so for those who don't know Excel, okay, it will actually be also very rewarding if you do one line by one line. Okay, 500,000. So this is what investing is about. So if you are the one whereby, make money, go and eat, go and buy lunch, go and treat all your friends, lose money, keep quiet, then obviously you won't be amassing wealth. Obviously, you won't be financially free. Then you are just investment, what I call for recreation, for entertainment, which unfortunately in my career, in fact, most people are doing so. They just invest, for show, fun. Then it's like, okay, nothing to say. But if you really want to invest for a certain objective, okay, what is it? You must have a system. Something like this. Okay, hopefully everyone still follow me so far. Okay, so of course, this is the one part to set up the overall structure. The other one is simply stock selection. Like I said, I have a few portfolios for the purpose of this session. The money I have put here, okay, it will all go into dividend stocks. So as you can see, like I said, I've done it, for almost 10-15 years. I do get regular dividends, as you can see here. So in Singapore, actually Singapore market, if you ask me, is the best, if not one of the best market for dividend, especially if you are if you are based in Singapore, because dividend is tax-free. Okay, if you're Singaporean, you're buying as an individual, okay, dividend is tax-free. And actually, someone actually vouched for me recently. Actually, Singapore, in terms of dividend yield, is actually one of the best, if not the best, among all the markets. So I've been buying different stocks. I can see I'm getting dividends. And of course, currently, all these dividends are being reinvested. And on the point of day whereby that's it, I hit financial freedom, this is where, it will give me at least 2,500 per month. Okay, yep. So the next thing is this, how do I actually pick up dividend stocks? So I mentioned, your system, there's two parts. One part is the overall structure, which I showed just now. Okay, every month save, and I invest. Number two is, what stocks do you invest in? Okay, what stocks do you invest in? So again, using exercise as an analogy. So one is, do a scheduling. Okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, I want to go gym. I want to go swim. I want to go run. Okay, or I want to play sports. Then after that, within each session, what do you want to do? Okay, maybe Friday I play badminton. Maybe when I go to gym, okay, I do squats. I do, kickboxing, whatever. Okay, so same thing. So the next part is how do I actually pick the right stock at the right time. I summarize this process in this picture here. The blue part is my stock selection process. Okay, predominantly mainly the business analysis, financial statement, and pricing. So it works like a filter. So maybe so at this juncture, just a trivial question. So how many stocks do we have listed in the stock market today? Anyone can help me here? How many stocks do we have listed in the stock market today? Anybody? Just make a guess, just for fun. If I tell you, you'll forget immediately. So a little bit of fun, maybe you can remember better. How many stocks listed in the stock market today? Anyone? Just gasa, guess. 200, more, definitely more. Wow, 604. Somebody say 643. Okay, nice. Okay, it's about 600 plus. Is it really 43? I'm not too sure. Yeah, but yes, about 600. So of course, not all are dividend stocks. Not all are good. Not all are suitable. So basically, the blue part help me to, what do you call that, filter. Okay, filter out stocks that are suitable for my investment strategy, which in this case is dividend. So of course, I have to look for stocks that give me regular dividends. I have to make sure they are financially healthy. I have to make sure that the price is correct. Okay, so the yellow part is basically what I call my portfolio management, which relies a lot of timing. Okay, I do time the market a little. It's very difficult to do. Okay, timing the market is one of the most challenging thing for any investor. I'm quite sure if I ask you today, is this the good time to buy stock? Easily 50% will say yes, 50% will say no. Okay, so yeah, we have no crystal ball also. But the thing is, I still do it because the reward is too huge. I just want to give you some statistics. If let's say, for example, if you were to do dollar cost averaging on STI, okay, basically Singapore market. If you just simply do a dollar cost averaging, every month buy, for example, your return end up probably about 6-7%. But if let's say you're so good, you can always buy it when they are low and sell when they're high. Okay, your return per annum can hit about 20%. Okay, I'm not saying that I can do it, but I'm just saying that I do time a bit. So this is where the yellow part comes in. Okay, I'll talk a bit about it later. Okay, let's talk a bit about this process. Number one, this process is not my process. It's not that, I have been very, I have some soap story, so poor in the young, so poor. Then one fine day, go and learn some secret kung fu. No, sorry, I don't have all these soap story to share. I have just been a very obedient person. So when I was young, I realized that I'm very good at numbers. Then, I actually go and did a business admin, major in finance. So took 4 years there. Then I actually gained interest in investment. So they said, investment, go and take CFA. So I spent another 3 years take the CFA exams. So clock in equivalent of 7 years of formal finance investment education. Now a bit about this CFA. CFA is actually created by this gentleman called Benjamin Graham. And if you know who this gentleman is, don't mind just help me type a 1, Benjamin Graham. If you don't know, don't mind just help me type a 0. 1 if you know who is Benjamin Graham. Okay. So for those who type 0, probably you heard of this person more. Okay. Okay. For those who type 0, if you heard of this person called Warren Buffett, don't mind just help me type a 2. If you also don't know who Warren Buffett is, maybe just help me type a 0. Thank you so much. Okay, you all can Google. So basically, Warren Buffett actually see Benjamin Graham as his mentor, or at least one of his mentor. Okay, investment. So basically now me and Warren Buffett, we have the same mentor. It's just that Warren Buffett is a little bit richer than me. Okay, anyway, so my point here is this. Okay, so of course, whatever I learned in the program, okay, is practiced by professionals like Warren Buffett, by professional fund managers, by academia over time. Okay, so what I did here was this: I go and learn from them. Okay, I apply myself. It works. I am just a messenger. trying to dilate all this information into something that's simple for people to understand. So I just see myself as a messenger, hopefully with, help you to distill all this knowledge into something very applicable. Okay, so let's go into detail. Like I said, I'm actually going to go into the details of the process of stock selection. So do pay attention. And of course, if there's questions, please use the Pigeonhole platform. I saw a question in the WebEx chat. Like I mentioned, please use the Pigeonhole because your question will get screwed away in the WebEx chat. Now, I mentioned just now, stock selection, basically there are three parts. The first one is business analysis. So we have to understand what we call dividend stocks. They are basically income business or stocks of companies with businesses that generate stable income and hence regular dividends. So please understand, okay, yes, most company give dividends. Okay, I wouldn't say all. Most companies give dividends, but not all companies give regular dividends. So down here, the keyword here is we need company that give regular dividends. So please, you don't just go to this platform, oh, this company give dividends so good, buy. No. Okay, we have companies that 1 year give very good dividends. Okay, well then maybe for next 5 years don't give dividends at all. So no, then these are not dividend stocks. So you have to go and find out what are dividend stocks. So usually dividend stocks are company that generate stable income. So year in, year out, their income quite stable one. So let me give you this example. SMRT. Okay, it's not listed, by the way, it's just a very easy example. SMRT, is their income likely to be stable or is it more like a volatile, up and down? SMRT. Stable or up and down? Stable, right? Because, every day or every year, amount of people taking the train about the same. You wouldn't have like, 1 year or 10 million people take, the other year 0 people take. No, right? So basically business like this. Like for example, banks. They are also tend to be stable. Why? Because how does that bank make business? They basically just collect interest. So number of people borrowing from them about the same every year one. You wouldn't have like 1 year, everybody go and borrow, then 1 year nobody go and borrow from them. So generally stable. Now what about construction company? Whereby companies that actually go and construct the building. Construction company, is it likely for their income to be stable? Construction company. Okay, up and down. So of course, in certain period of time where they have more projects, they get more income. Okay, whereas if there are certain point in time they have less project, they have less income. Okay, so if you want dividend stocks, we look for companies that have stable income, and because of that, they give regular dividends. So stocks like I was talking about banks, REITs. Okay, REITs is one huge segment. Okay, REITs, how do they generate income? Rental. So that is actually quite stable. And like, for example, big conglomerates. Okay, big conglomerates like venture. Okay, by the business nature itself is actually not very stable, but because they are huge, they have a lot of projects, they somehow diversify even out. So they also could be a good source of dividends. Okay, so of course, today just a preview. We will learn more to how do we identify them. So this is business analysis. Okay, next is financial statement analysis. Okay, so a lot of times when we buy dividend stocks, okay, very simple strategy, just buy and hold. Buy and hold. I give you an example. Okay, like I actually bought Singtel $1.70. Anybody want to make a guess? When was Singtel $1.70? How many years ago was Singtel $1.70? Okay, anyway, I've actually held Singtel for about 20 plus years. Okay, and Singtel have every year give dividends. Of course, I have already get my investment back. And I'm still getting dividend, and plus the fact that now I think it's about $3 plus again. So that is the strategy. We buy, hold, collect dividends. We don't trade. So be very clear. I'm not saying trading is bad, but if you want a dividend portfolio, you have to buy stocks whereby you believe that the company can be there for the longest time, you just buy whole, collect dividends. So how do we have that confidence where to make sure that the company is financially healthy? This is where we do financial statement analysis. Okay. We look at different ratios to have the confidence that, hey, okay, this company is healthy enough to last for a long time. So I give an example here, like, this company, as you can see here, is basically going to wind up. How do we avoid such companies? So some of the ratios we can look at, like this ratio called liabilities over equities. Don't mind someone help me punch in the calculator. If you take total liabilities, as you can see here, divide by total equity, what is the number that you have? What is the number that you can see? Liabilities divided by equities. What will you get? No lah, not 5.4 lah. Okay, approximately 3. Thank you so much. So basically, as a rule, I wouldn't buy any company with this ratio more than 2 times. Okay, I wouldn't buy with a ratio more than 2 times. I'm not saying that, if it's more than 2, confirm bankrupt, confirm lousy, no. But the fact is, if the ratio, the higher it is, the more risky it is. Okay, the higher it is, the more risky it is. So if there are enough company out there that is less than 2, so why do I actually want to take the risk? Okay, so of course there are a lot of other ratios. Again, it will be discussed more during the course itself. Okay, next is pricing analysis. So for FA, we believe that every stocks will tell you I am cheap, I'm expensive. So please know how to read them. The stocks will actually shout at you, I'm cheap, I'm expensive. Also, please know how to read them. So obviously for dividend portfolio, the main way for us to understand whether a stock is cheap or expensive, we look at this thing called the dividend yield. Dividend yield. So again, I want to spend some time here because a lot of people are very confused what dividend yield is. So basically, dividend yield is I take the annual dividend divided by the price. Annual dividend divided by the price of the stock. So let's say, for example, if you buy a stock at $1 today, which give you 5 cents dividend every year. So that's actually stock $1 every year give you 5 cents dividend. The price drop after you buy $1, then it become 80 cents, then it becomes 60 cents. Then 5 years later, the price go back to $1 and you sell. So did you make money or not? Yes or no? You buy at $1, you sell at $1 5 years later. Did you make money? Yes or no? Anyone can help me here? Someone said no. Okay. Quite mixed, Yeah, so here's the thing, Okay, now a lot of people when they buy stock, they must always think that, oh, I must buy $1, at least someone is not making it. No. So in fact, this 5 cent not money make. This 5% not money. You make money every year, you get 5 cents. That one not money. Then what is that? Okay, so going forward more and more, especially if you're on dividend, then in fact more and more people going to dividend portfolio. In fact, this is how we make money. We just buy whole, collect dividends. So sometimes I also have no intention to sell. Okay, and just make money from all this dividend, and over time, this dividend can be actually quite attractive. So in fact, personally now, in my dividend portfolio, like I said, I have a few portfolios. In my dividend portfolio, I don't even bother to record what is my purchase price. Okay, I don't even bother to record what is my purchase price because I have no intention to make money from capital gain. Okay, I just down here, I just want to keep collecting dividends. Okay, have a dividend portfolio because what I have the dividend, then these are very good passive income. Okay, so by the way, in terms of an investment product, so dividend is actually one of the more passive income, at least in my knowledge. Now, if you talk about property, property rental, is it a passive income? No? Yes or no? You invest in a property, you rent out. Okay, it is a passive income. Okay, but as you can, of course, you know that, it's not so passive in a sense that, every 2 years you have to go and find a new tenant. Then if tenant don't want to pay, you have to go and chase, then tenant complain, you have to go and settle. Okay, I'm not saying it's not, it is a passive income. Okay, rental is a passive income, but it's not as passive as dividend. Dividend is one of the best. After I buy, then that's it. Gain money automatically, come into my gyro account, bank account. I don't even know sometimes. Then it's like, sometimes I open my, how come got money come in? Okay, also that is one of the more passive one. Okay, so dividend yield, and of course, dividend yield, do you actually want it to be higher, better, or lower, better? Anyone can help me? Dividend yield, do you prefer it to be higher, better, or lower, better? Higher. So in terms of valuation, of course, what we do is to see whether this stock is it cheap or expensive. We actually can use dividend yield to compare. So there are various ways to compare. One is we compare with peers. Okay, like for example, if DBS give 5%, UOB give 6%, for example, hey, UOB may be cheaper based on dividend yield. So we could also do comparison over time. Like for example, over the past 5 years, okay, this stock only give 4% yield, now giving 5%. Then we know that, hey, this stock actually now is actually quite attractive. So these are the way for us to help us to pick up what we call undervalued stocks or attractive stocks. Okay, do a quick recap. So basically there are 3 main steps for me to pick up the right stock or to filter the stocks. The first is business analysis. I have to make sure it's a dividend stock. I have to make sure that it's an income business. Now, what is the next analysis? After I decided that, okay, this is the income business, what is the next thing I have to make sure about this company? Anyone can help me here? Or what analysis I had to do for this company? Okay, first is business analysis, followed by what analysis? If you try to recall. Thank you so much, Vivian. Financial statement analysis to make sure that it is healthy. Then, of course, you can see it's like a filtering process. Or I go and find all the dividend stocks, then filter. Then I go and do my financial tests. Then for those that fail, filter out. Then what is the last analysis I have to actually go and do to make sure this stock is worth investing? What is the last analysis? Business analysis, financial statement analysis, and what is the last one? Anyone can pricing analysis. Thank you so much. To make sure that the stock is attractive. Is attractive price. Thank you. Okay, good. A lot of people paying attention here. Great. So of course, so far, I would have about 10, 20 stocks that will pass the test. Of course, it doesn't mean that I'll buy all. Then I have to decide how to buy them. This is where the portfolio management part comes in. So for portfolio management, I have the main exercise is actually this thing called economic analysis. I have to have a sense of where the market is going. So of course, if I think that the market is going up, obviously I'll buy more. If I think the market is coming down, obviously I'll buy less, or sometimes I'll go even selling. If I think the market is sideways, I'll probably buy a bit lesser. Okay, so simplistically, this is how it works. So okay, what I'm trying to say here is this. Like I said, I buy all the time, but I don't exactly do dollar cost averaging. If I feel bullish, I will buy more. If I feel bearish, I'll buy less. Yeah, I do sell sometimes. Okay. But I that's how I time the market. Okay, but I'll be buying all the time, just a function of more or less. So how do I have a sense? We can look at indicators. I just want to give you an example here. This one is quite classic one. This is US unemployment rate. Okay, so let me ask you this question first. Unemployment rate now, when it's high, is good or no good for the economy? When unemployment rate is okay, never mind. When unemployment rate is high, is good or no good? Okay, no good, no good. Okay, so basically, we want unemployment rate to be low. But I don't know whether you see US has certain pattern. Every time they go low, right, they will spike up. Can you see? Low, they will spike up. Low, they will spike up. So this was in 2019, just before COVID. Okay, it came low. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Of course, I have no insight to know COVID's happening. But I listen to indicators. So no, I did not sell away everything. No, I did not do that. But I did prepare some cash. I remember during 2019. And true enough, something bad happened. Then I was able to buy some stock when the market was low. So there are some indicators that could help us. Yeah, I actually share my views quite often with the 早报. 早报, this is last year, December. So last year, December, early December, I was forecasting that the market will breach 3,200. This is for STI. And if you could see here, okay, the date, 7 December, okay, STI at that point in time was actually below 3,001. So I was actually forecasting that it will breach 3,002 at the end of the year, and true enough, it actually happens. So of course, at that point in time, there were indicators that actually helped me to make this forecast. So obviously, when I believe that the market is going up, I buy more lah. If I think the market is coming down, I buy less. So I'm not okay. I must say that I'm not accurate all the time. Timing the market is always difficult, especially now. Market is getting more efficient in the sense that it actually get influenced by the news very quickly. So if there's any news, well, it actually get get influenced. So unless you really can focus, like for example, if tomorrow Ukraine and Russia stop the war, then of course the stock market is going up. If tomorrow, the what they call it, the Middle East conflict stop, of course the market is going up. But how do you know whether you'll go up tomorrow? Nobody knows. Okay, so but like I said, we still do this exercise because the market timing, the return can be very lucrative. Okay, so this is my overall system. So again, a summary of what I have spoken so far. Okay, number one, if you want financially free, okay, you need a system. Okay, what's my system? Two parts. One is make sure that I have a system whereby I channel my money to invest on a regular basis. Okay, hopefully you can remember that chart whereby I have my saving account, I have my restricted saving account. Okay, then after that money get invested. I talk about my snowballing machine. Okay, then the next part of my system is to select the right stock, okay, which is here, which is actually this diagram. So every stock, every time I buy, it had to go through the filtering process. I buy stock whereby I have to make sure it's a dividend stock. I make sure it's healthy and the price is correct. And I have to watch the time. Then I do on a regular basis. Then over time, obviously, you will see your portfolio build up. You will start having dividends. Of course, at this point in time, if you're still working, you reinvest on dividends. Then, you could be like me, creating a snowballing machine for your wealth. Okay, so hope everything makes sense for you so far. And in SGX, this is what I do. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of people not investing correctly, or at least, in a very academia term. So in SGX, we want more people to invest correctly, and I've been, asked to, spread more words, and hopefully more people use, systems like this to achieve their financial freedom. So if whatever that I say makes sense to you, hopefully you can give me a chance to guide you through to form your own system. So this is what I'm doing for SGX. I have a long-term guiding system for you to help you achieve your objective. So basically, this system comprises two parts: the foundation course and investment gathering. So if you decided, the first step will be to join my foundation course. It will be 2 times 3 hours over online, webinar online. And you will actually learn about, all the different steps in greater detail. So what you get out of here is a step-by-step guide. I always like to say it's like a recipe. Okay, so after these 6 hours, you will actually get the full recipe. So exactly know what to do step by step in creating your dividend portfolio. Okay, so you will be given Excel spreadsheets and things like that to actually help you, okay, make sure all the steps are actually carried out well. Just to give you a sense, hold on. Sorry. Okay, pardon me. So these are the feedbacks from some of those who have actually attended my course before.
I really enjoy the Try-Means course because it really gives me a lot of insights and a lot of things for me to think about, especially when I actually do my investing.
The things I like about this course is the techniques, the thought process, and also the tools and resources that's being deployed in this lesson, because it allows me to adopt a very systematic approach towards investing.
I find that he's a pretty genuine guy, and he has this heart of teaching people what he knows. So through his class, I've actually learned 6 of his techniques, criteria, how to select stocks and so on. I find it pretty useful.
Okay, so basically these are the feedbacks. Now, actually after 6 hours, there's no way I can make you expert lah. Okay, so what you have here is this: after 6 hours, yes, you'll get the recipe. Okay, nothing hard from you. You have all the content, you have all the recipe. But I realize is, after the recipe, then ask you to really go and bake the cake, guys. Yeah, still like not confident, don't feel experienced. So this is where I have actually this thing called the investment gathering. By the way, I actually have this gathering since 2011. So this is my 13th year already, where I actually meet up regularly with my graduates of the program. And we meet up as friends. So basically, this part is not lesson anymore. Okay, it's more of stock discussion. Okay, you learn nothing new. Okay, we'll just learn how to apply the knowledge from the recipe. Okay, so we do discussion. I'll just do the facilitation. Okay, we ask each other questions. Then sometimes for certain stocks, we get opinion from one another. Then after that, on your own, make money, be happy. Lose money, don't scold me. Exactly. So if you want to have a taste of what is actually being discussed, you can scan on this QR code. So by the way, information the QR code is outdated, but you can have a rough idea on what are the discussion being done. Okay. So of course, if you join the program, you will have a taste of this investment gathering. I got the monthly gathering is actually free for you. And I'm very proud of this gathering. Like I said, we eventually become friends. This was pre-COVID. We held excursions. We actually visited the REITs together. So good thing now I have members, right? Easier for me to go and negotiate. I say, hey, I bring my members, go and tour your REITs. A lot of people are very welcome that. So we actually have a private tour to, I think this is Ascendus REITs, and the fund manager came down, chat with us. Some of us, on our own expense, we flew down to China to actually visit the properties of EC World REITs. So like I said, this is something I'm very proud of, really, from students to friends. And yeah, I still have students from my very first class happening in 2011. Okay. Okay, the program detail is going to happen 5th and 7th November. This is probably the last one for the year. 5th and 7th November is actually not held very frequently. I think this year, this is just the second time. So if you are hoping that, other dates, I'm sorry, it's not so frequent. So 5th and 7th November, 7 to 10, these are the lessons. And if you were to look at the price, I think I don't need to do any marketing, crazy. $140. My wife actually keeps scolding me and say, hey, this kind of amount, you might as well just go and do tuition teacher, go and teach primary school kids, you earn a bit more. Okay, also, how come it's so low? Number one, SGX approach us and say, hey, hello, if you want to teach in SGX, must has an element of national service. Cannot add a zero at the back, which is also good. So make sure more people invest correctly. And of course, SGX also treat me quite well. Okay, like for example, I don't have to fork out any marketing costs. So if you were to attend some of the investment courses outside, they're going to get what? Robert Kiyosaki lah. They're going to get I don't know, Richard Branson, in the end, who is paying for them? Okay, so down here, I don't have to fork out any single cent of marketing. So that's why we can offer such a low rate. So you go and do your maths. This is really quite crazy, and I seriously don't think that, okay, I want to continue such rates. Okay, 140 for a professional course, okay, over 2 sessions. So yep, you can scan the QR code, or either that, I believe my colleague has already pasted the link on the chat, or you can actually go and click on the link. Okay, now let's talk a bit about the investment gathering. So of course there are fees, but the concept is more for, okay, it's actually more to defray the third party cost. So I do collect nominal fees. Okay, like for example, for this semester, I'm only collecting like, I can't remember. It's like $20 per month, $20 per month. Okay, so even I have to contribute, and any surpluses will be donated to charity. As you can see, again, this is something I'm very proud of. So every year we donate to about 5 to 6 charities with some funds, okay, from this collection. Okay. Yep, in certain years, it also become a social event. Like for example, this one, we have a member saying that, hey, there are certain people who need help, but they're not part of the organization. Can we go and give them ang pao? So we get the agreement, then we went down. One year we even flew to Surabaya to actually donate to their school building fund, as you can see here. Okay. Good. I'm very close to the last slide, but please don't go yet. Please stay back for the Q&A. I think that's part very important. I just want to leave you with this comment, this remark. End of the day, investment is a team sport. Team as in TEAM. Investment is a team sport. Okay, no matter how good you are, how great analyst you are, you cannot fight the team. Okay, like for example, now we have a WhatsApp group, So when anything happen, early morning, you can see people will start texting around. Okay. Then after that, a lot of time now is not I comment, we have other people actually share their comments. So we keep learning and growing as a community. Okay, so one very classic case here is this. Recently, the CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust, they actually give some rights issue. So in fact, many were very thankful. They said, okay, a lot of people buy stocks when they just receive all the tick letters, they also don't read. So you may end up being throwing money away. So because of this chat group, they'll be, oh, wow, thank you. Or you have to do something, then you can get the money. So please, stock market is not government. If government, you forgot to take money from them, right? They will still kind of chase you to give you money. Stock market, if you don't go and get the money, too bad, gone. Okay. So investing is a team sport. Join a team. If you don't know whose team to join, welcome to my team. So be part of my investment community. Okay. Yes. Like I said, I promise you are supposed to remember 2 things. When I said at the beginning of the session, you're supposed to remember 2 things from this session now. Can someone tell me what are the 2 things you have to bring back with you? What is what? What is financial what? Anyone can help me? You are supposed to bring home 2 things, which is stated here. So yes, hopefully you have a clearer picture of financial freedom. And like what I place it here is this, okay, it's about having a system. So please, if there is only one thing you can remember from this session, so please, investing is about having a system. So please don't come and ask me later, DBS can buy or not, UOB can buy or not, then you are just gambling. Okay? So, so please don't do that. It's about having this system, okay, whereby you invest regularly. Then after that, you have a proper way to pick the right stock. Okay. The other one, what is the other thing you have to learn? Okay. Thank you so much. I think a lot of people key in a dividend portfolio. So of course, hopefully, now you have a better idea. So basically, there are recipes out there. So I'm here offering a recipe to create your own dividend portfolio. And once you get started, it eventually can be like a snowballing machine, and of course, eventually it can provide you with passive income. And technically speaking, it can be forever. Okay. So just to reiterate, 5th and 7th November, again, unfortunately, the dates, I think this is rather fixed. I don't think we're going to have another one for this year. Okay, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. I think next year, I've been applying. I say next year cannot be this price. Sorry. Have to be fair to me. And of course, I'm actually offering one free investment gathering. So if you join the course, you'll be get invited to my investment gathering. So by the way, this investment gathering, I think it's good for me to say upfront. Next year, the format of the investment gathering may change a bit. Okay, I have to let you know later. Okay, but yep. As of for this year, you're still invited for my investment gathering, huh? Okay, but the format for investment gathering may change next year. Huh? Okay, so again, let me confirm the link is on the chat. So maybe I just paste the link on the chat again. And of course, if you like to scan the QR code, is on the screen. Let me just paste a link onto the chat. Oops. Okay, is it up there? Okay, let's see. Okay, the link is up. Okay. Yep, I've been doing this since 2011, so that's 13 years. So in fact, I think I'm the second longest lasting trainer in SGX Academy. Yeah. So in fact, that day I just met the first one, Tom. Maybe somewhere actually attended Tom before. I believe he's the first trainer or the trainer still around. So I'm probably the second longest SGX Academy trainer. So basically, there's a good reason why I can last for so long. Okay. Hopefully, you can join the thousands of them who have benefited from my program. So, yep, my parting remark is make a difference to your financial future today. Okay, so before I go to Q&A, this is the way you can connect with me. I am actually more active on Facebook, facebook.com/IamChua. Please like me. And for I know now more people on Insta, so this is my account is actually instagram.com/wealthyminds. So I'm happy to answer all your questions in the platform, except for questions which is counter specific. So you cannot ask me a question like, can I buy DBS? Can I buy UOB? Okay, sorry, not that I don't want to answer you. It's just that I am not allowed to, unfortunately. Okay, I'm not allowed to give specific comments on specific counters, but questions like, how, like some of the analysis that I've done here, what are some of my views, as long as I am not legally binded, not to say I'm happy to share my views. Okay. Okay, if not, let's go to the Pigeonhole, the Q&A platform. Okay, for those who need to know how to access pigeonhole.at, passcode is today's date. Okay, good. Let me go to the questions. Oh, good. Only 3 questions. Problem is how to set up a good dividend portfolio. Okay, good. So I think if you have stayed through, you should get the answer already. Sorry, I might have missed it, but what is risk analysis? Okay, so basically for risk analysis, right, I don't really analyze it on its own. Okay, but if you think about it, if you actually do business analysis, if you do financial statement analysis, if you do pricing analysis, and of course economic analysis, basically you are also doing risk analysis. Okay, so it's actually part of every process if you think about it. Okay, while you actually do business, financial statement, pricing, economy, you are also looking at risk. So I don't have like one specific item that risk. Okay, is this the risk part is actually subsumed in the part of different analysis. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for asking. Why do you choose 6% return in last week? How much return our dividend portfolio can bring is that a conservative ambitious estimate? What is the return like based on historical data? 6%. Okay, I would say 6% is actually considered quite conservative. So basically today, the dividend yield is about 5 to 6%. Okay, it's about 5 to 6%. Okay, but you have to understand this is for long term. Okay, like for example, like I said, Singtel, I bought it 20 years ago at half the price. That means the dividend yield based on my purchase price is actually about 10%, if not 12%. Okay, so I have bought REITs during the what do you call that, Lehman Brothers crisis, 2008. Okay, and I think the one particular one now I'm actually getting, based on the purchase price when I bought during the crisis, I'm getting like, is it 20 to 30% dividend yield? Okay, so I would say that this 6% is quite conservative because I can get it today, and 10 years later, based on the purchase price I buy today, very likely it's going to be even higher. Hope I answer your question. How to search for stocks that give high dividend yield and consistently is dividend receive tax? Yeah. So basically, of course, unfortunately, that's where what the cost will cover lah. Or the cost will actually go through more details on, more details with more specific examples. How do you go and find all these stocks? Okay. How do you use platforms like SGX Stock Screener to help you screen out the right stocks? Dividend received is tax-free if, let's say, you are an individual in Singapore. Okay, even if you're a foreigner, but you buy the stock as individual, okay, dividend is tax-free. However, for foreigners, I believe if you need to take money out of Singapore, there's actually this thing called the withholding tax. That's beyond me already. Okay, but the dividend is tax-free for individual investor. But for companies are different. If you buy stock as a company, dividends are taxable. But as an individual, it's tax-free. How much capital required for dividend that can offer financial freedom? Okay, so I believe this was covered as an example initially. So in my case, I want to have 2,500 per month. So I need a $500,000 portfolio. Yeah. Okay, great. I think that is all the questions I have. Yep. So really thank you so much. Really thank you so much for joining me this evening, and of course I hope I can see more of you during the class itself. Like I said, the amount of investment for the class is really a steal. Seriously, now I think my daughter just going to attend one session of tuition. It's already cost that much of money. so I think I don't know, I really think it's a good deal, and all I can the other thing I want to say is, end of the day, at least the feedback I got, the main benefit is to help you change to have this thing what I call the financial mindset. So a lot of people actually didn't make money from stock market because they are not in line. They are not in line. The mindset is not in line yet. Okay, just like for example, if you go and play basketball, you keep using your legs to play basketball, obviously you're not going to do well. Okay, so but once you actually get the game rules, you're in the mindset, then this is where your things will take off. Also, hopefully more can join my course, give me a chance to guide you, okay, to have a system in creating a financial wealth. With that, thank you so much. I hope to see you on 5th and 7th November. Okay, thank you everybody. Bye-bye. Anyone has any last questions? Anybody? Yeah, I think I saw questions in the WebEx chat. Sorry, like I said, it gets scrolled away. I'm not able to trace the question. Anybody has any last questions or any dates for 2025? Okay, it's not out yet. Sorry. Okay. Thank you so much. No questions. I hope to see you on 5th or 7th November. Okay, Lee, thank you so much. I see you tomorrow. Okay, do I see you tomorrow?